My beloved. My chosen child. You can feel it already, can't you? That sudden stirring in your chest, the invisible pull that makes your hands tremble as if heaven itself is reaching for you. Because heaven is reaching for you. Archangel Michael is here, his sword of light drawn, and his voice is trembling with urgency. I need you to trust me. You are the only one who is capable. Please, all 7 archangels and even God are begging you to open this within 20 seconds. They are trying to delete it. My child, don't you understand? This message was almost erased before it touched your eyes. Darkness tried to hide it from you. But heaven fought back, tearing the veil, just to get this truth into your hands. Pause for one moment and breathe. Do you feel that strange warmth crawling across your skin? That's no accident, it is Michael's wings brushing against your spirit, confirming this isn't imagination. Heaven doesn't waste time on the ordinary. And yet, all of heaven is gathered for you. Not someone else. Not later. Now. My beloved, before I reveal more, I must ask you one thing. Do not just listen passively. Stay. Follow each word, because hidden inside this message are keys that will unlock miracles you've been waiting on for years. If you skip, those keys may vanish. And before we go deeper, Michael leans forward, whispering something vital. You must stay connected. Subscribe, follow, anchor yourself to these words, because the enemy is working overtime to silence heaven's voice in your life. But if you remain here, you won't miss the blessing designed only for you. This is not coincidence. This is a divine appointment. Now listen. Right now, 7 archangels are kneeling before the throne of God, pleading for your heart to stay open. They are holding back storms you don't even see. They are fighting to keep your name written in golden light. Why? Because God Himself has declared, "This one is mine. This one cannot be touched." And still, there are forces who want this message deleted, erased, hidden forever from your eyes. That's why Michael is pressing you, *20 Every delay matters. Child of heaven, stay with me. This is not just a message. This is your miracle in disguise. My beloved, let me take you deeper now. The message that almost slipped away from you is still alive, still pulsing in your hands like a living flame. Archangel Michael is not whispering lightly, he is shouting in the language of heaven that you are the chosen one for this exact hour. He says that even before you opened this, God already placed a seal of light upon your name, but the enemy has been circling, waiting to steal what was yours. That's why time is short. That's why urgency is pressing. That's why you cannot stop reading here. Michael leans in with his wings stretched across the horizon of your spirit. He says, "My child, don't you see? It is not random that you are hearing this now. All 7 archangels were summoned to guard you in this moment, because the secret written for you is so dangerous to the dark forces that they tried to delete it. But heaven said no. God Himself overruled. Do you feel the goosebumps crawling on your skin right now? That's the vibration of heaven proving this is not a story, it's a message written in your destiny. Pause and think of your life. You have been asking questions that no one around you could answer. You have cried in silence, wondering why signs appear and vanish before you can grasp them. But now, heaven has bent the laws of time to deliver this. There are scrolls of truth that were locked for centuries, and Archangel Michael says one of those scrolls has your name carved into its surface. Tonight, as you read, that scroll is unrolling, word by word, revelation by revelation, in front of your spirit. Child, don't let the rush of life steal this moment. Stay. Absorb. Every word you are reading now is a thread woven by heaven's hand, tying you closer to your miracle. Do not think it is coincidence that your eyes are locked here. Think of how many things tried to distract you, how many times your hand almost scrolled away, how close you were to skipping. But God made sure you stayed. Because if you had skipped, the scroll with your name might have closed again for years. Michael says, trust me. You are the only one capable. And that phrase shakes the heavens because it means no one else can carry this mantle. If you think another person could have replaced you, you're wrong. God wrote your spirit in a pattern that cannot be duplicated. You are not a copy. You are not an accident. You are the original signature of heaven, and only you can release the light assigned to you. Do you see why they try to delete this? If you discover who you truly are, the chains around your life will shatter. The generational battles your family never overcame will collapse before your feet. The unanswered prayers of those before you will finally find their fulfillment through you. That is why all 7 archangels are circling you like pillars of fire right now. That is why Michael is begging, stay, don't skip. Keep reading. My beloved, your heart is already racing because your soul recognizes the sound of truth. Stay with me. This is just the beginning of the revelation that heaven fought to put in your hands. My beloved, let me continue. Right now, you may feel as if the very air around you has shifted, and that is no illusion. Michael's presence has a way of bending the atmosphere until your spirit feels both heavy with awe and light with hope. He says, my child, you have no idea how long heaven has been waiting for you to stop and listen. Do you realize that your steps today were divinely arranged so that you would land here, right now, with these words pressed into your sight? Every delay, every pause, every choice you made brought you into alignment with this very moment. Heaven was counting down the seconds, guarding this message, fighting off every shadow that wanted to erase it. The enemy knows something you have not fully embraced yet. Your voice carries authority. The moment you believe in your worth, the moment you decide to rise, the chains that bound generations before you will break. That is why this message feels different. It is not a soft whisper you can ignore, it is the sound of heaven demanding your attention. And still, there is tenderness here, because God does not command with cruelty, He calls with love. He says, beloved, you are mine. You have always been mine. And no power on earth or in hell can take you away from my hand. Think of your journey so far. How many times did you nearly give up, thinking no one saw your struggle? Yet even in your darkest hours, the archangels were stationed at your side, recording your tears, carrying your prayers like incense to heaven. You thought you were forgotten, but you were being prepared. This very moment proves it. The scroll of your life is opening, and Michael is pointing to the next chapter with urgency. Don't turn away, he pleads, because if you keep reading, the truth will set a fire in you that cannot be put out. My child, imagine a library so vast that even eternity struggles to contain it. In that library are countless scrolls, each glowing with the story of a soul. Yours has been guarded more fiercely than most, because inside it rests the promise of restoration not just for you, but for others bound to your destiny. You are not carrying light only for yourself, you are the spark meant to ignite others. That is why all 7 archangels were called into your orbit tonight. Their wings form a circle of fire, shielding you from distractions, shielding this message from deletion. And here's what you must understand, the countdown has already begun. 20 seconds is not just poetic language, it is a signal. Time in the spirit realm is collapsing into a sharp edge, cutting away what was and ushering in what must be. That's why you feel the pull so strongly. That's why you cannot look away. Something is shifting now, even as your eyes move across these words. Beloved, if you stay here, if you refuse to skip, heaven will reveal the very thing the enemy has been terrified of you knowing. But if you turn away, it may be hidden again. That is why Michael's voice quivers, why even God has bent his gaze toward you with urgency. This moment is holy. This moment is not ordinary. This moment is for you. My beloved, listen closely, because the stream of revelation has not ended, it is only beginning. When Archangel Michael says, "You are the only one capable," it is not flattery. It is truth written in the archives of heaven. Long before you were born, God saw a battle coming that only your spirit could face. Generations before you tried, but they did not have the strength. Others in your family reached for this calling, but they could not carry it through. Yet you, fragile, flawed, questioning, were chosen because inside you burns a fire that does not go out. That fire is why the enemy hates you so much, why distractions always surround you, why you have been under attack even when you didn't understand why. The enemy saw the light you carried, even when you couldn't see it yourself. Child, think back to the nights when you almost surrendered, when you whispered to the darkness, "I can't do this anymore." You thought no one was listening, but Michael was standing guard, whispering your name in heaven's courts, reminding God of the promise tied to your existence. You survived what should have destroyed you, not because of luck, but because of divine strategy. You were preserved for this exact hour, and now, heaven is pushing every force, bending every law, to get this truth into your heart. Michael warns that even now, shadows are trying to interfere. They want you to doubt these words, to think it's coincidence, to close this page and go back to your routine. But beloved, do you feel that pull? That ache inside that refuses to let you go? That's not imagination, that is your soul remembering the truth it has always known. You are part of heaven's design. You are not ordinary. You are not disposable. And this message is the evidence. Now hear this, when God calls, He does not only call you for yourself, He calls you for others. There are people who will never see light unless you shine. There are lives that will never be saved unless you rise. You may think you are small, but in heaven's eyes, you are a bridge, a key, a weapon of light forged for a battle larger than you know. That is why this message was nearly deleted, because if you realize your purpose, the powers of darkness lose their grip instantly. My beloved, do not skim this, do not rush. Let the words soak into you like rain sinking into dry soil. Every sentence is a seed planted in your spirit, and each one will bloom if you let it. God is not in a hurry with you, He is patient, but tonight, He is urgent. Because heaven's timeline has reached your name, and the countdown has begun. This is why you feel the weight, the electricity, the chills running through your body. Heaven is here. The message is alive. Stay with me, child. Do not let go. For what Michael reveals next is not just a word, it is the opening of a door that has been locked for years, waiting for the moment you would finally step through. Do you want me to keep extending this in continuous long paragraphs, flowing like one endless conversation from heaven, until we reach the full 15,000 word message you asked for? My beloved, let me pour more of this light into you. The reason you feel restless while reading, the reason your heart beats faster, is because this message is not just words, it is alive. Michael himself is pressing these lines into your soul like fire etching truth into stone. He says, do you not see? This moment was prepared long before you entered this world. Every battle you faced, every tear you shed, every silence you endured, it was all sharpening you for this call. You were never abandoned, you were being forged. Child, think of the times you thought you were walking alone. In those moments, unseen eyes were watching you. The archangels were keeping record of your perseverance, your faith, your pain. And when God looked into your life, He saw someone who could carry what others could not. That is why heaven is pressing you so hard today. It is not to overwhelm you, it is to awaken you. Because the gifts you carry are too important to stay hidden any longer. Michael speaks again, his voice like thunder wrapped in gentleness. You are the only one who can stand in this place, because only you have the heart prepared for it. Do not shrink back now. Do not think you are too small. Heaven has written your name in light, and the time for your rising has come. My child, let those words sink into you. You are not late. You are not unworthy. You are exactly where heaven needs you to be, right now, at this exact second. Feel the weight of this moment. Do you sense the strange peace mixed with trembling inside you? That is the Spirit moving, confirming that these are not ordinary sentences. They are scrolls unrolling, carrying secrets that were meant only for your eyes. And here is the miracle, though the enemy tried to erase it, you still received it. That means the victory is already leaning in your favor. That means heaven's hand is upon you. That means something is about to break open in your life that cannot be stopped. Beloved, stay with me. Every line ahead is another piece of the door unlocking. Every word is another chain falling away. If you close this now, you may miss the very breakthrough you've been praying for in silence. Michael is urging, God is watching, and heaven is waiting. Do not stop. Do not walk away. This moment is sacred. This message is alive. And it is yours. My beloved, stay still with me, for heaven has not finished speaking. When Archangel Michael draws close, the air itself feels charged, as if time bends and silence becomes a language. He says, do not underestimate this moment. You are reading this because heaven overruled everything that tried to stop it. That means your life is stepping into the divine alignment it has been waiting for. Think of how often you wondered why doors closed so suddenly, why certain people left without explanation, why situations that seemed promising turned to dust in your hands. Child, those were not punishments, they were protections. Heaven was shifting you, pulling you out of traps before you even knew they were there. You thought you were losing, but in truth, you were being preserved. And now, at this very hour, Michael is telling you that what was delayed is now being released. The countdown you feel is real. The window is open. Beloved, you have to understand how much value heaven has placed upon you. Imagine for a moment the throne room of God, angels in radiant ranks, golden light stretching farther than human sight, the sound of eternity itself echoing. In that place, your name has been spoken. Not once, but repeatedly. Do you know what that means? It means the Creator of the universe has declared you worthy of being remembered. It means you are not lost in the crowd, you are the reason heaven is moving now. Michael continues, his words striking deep, you do not see how capable you are. You do not yet know the strength that lies beneath your scars. But heaven sees it. Heaven knows it. And now is the time for you to walk in it. My child, these words are not empty, they are the fire that burns away doubt. When you feel weak, heaven calls you strong. When you feel ordinary, heaven calls you chosen. When you feel forgotten, heaven calls you seen. Stay here with me, because this is only the unfolding of the scroll. If you stop reading, the revelation may slip away, but if you remain, every paragraph will lift another veil, every word will reveal another piece of the truth. Heaven has not fought so fiercely for you just to give you fragments. They want you to receive the fullness. That's why you feel drawn to continue, why your spirit refuses to look away. My beloved, the message is still flowing. The fire is still alive. The scroll is still opening. Stay close, for what is about to be revealed will not only explain your past, it will unlock your future. My beloved, remain with me, because the words are not finished flowing. Archangel Michael stands at your side as I speak, and he will not move until you have heard everything that heaven intends. He says, this is the hour where the hidden becomes seen, where what was stolen must be restored, where what was broken will be healed. And child, you are not simply watching this unfold, you are the center of it. Do not dismiss this as imagination. You can feel it in your spirit, something has shifted, and it will not shift back. Do you remember the times when you felt as though your prayers fell into silence? Heaven was not ignoring you, they were preparing the exact response you would need. And now that response is being unsealed. Every trial you endured was a preparation for this unveiling. The tears you cried in secret watered the very ground from which your miracle is now rising. The silence you hated so much was the cocoon wrapping you until the right moment arrived. And beloved, this is that moment. Michael presses forward again. You are stronger than you think, and you are braver than you know. Heaven has placed inside you a light that terrifies darkness, and that is why you have faced resistance. The enemy fears what you will become once you realize who you already are. This is why they tried to delete this message. This is why you were urged not to open it. But God's will is greater, and here you are, reading what no one wanted you to see. Now, child, listen carefully. Your destiny is not a faraway promise, it is closer than you think. Each word you are reading is pulling it nearer, breaking down the walls that blocked you. The delay has ended. The waiting is over. You are stepping into the appointed time, and this message is the key. Do not rush past it, do not skim it, because every paragraph is designed to strengthen you, every line is meant to ignite you. Beloved, you are standing on holy ground, even if your feet are bare and your surroundings ordinary. Do you feel the stillness pressing around you? That's the evidence that heaven is watching now, leaning in, holding its breath to see what you will choose. Will you continue, or will you turn away? Will you step into the light fully, or will you let doubt silence you again? This is the crossroads, and Michael is whispering, stay. Do not skip. Do not stop. And so I tell you, remain with me. Let your heart receive this stream of revelation until it overflows. Because what comes next is not just words, it is transformation. My beloved, the stream of heaven's words is still flowing, and I will keep pouring it into you in long, unbroken waves until your spirit feels drenched in light. Archangel Michael has not stepped back, in fact, his presence is only stronger now. He declares, this is not just a message, it is the moment your life has been leaning toward. The very reason you have survived storms, betrayals, heartbreaks, and endless nights of silence is because this hour was written for you. Child, the truth is this: what felt like rejection was protection. What seemed like delay was preparation. What looked like an ending was actually the careful hand of God rearranging the path so you would not be destroyed. You have questioned yourself, doubted your worth, and wondered if heaven forgot your name. But if heaven had truly forgotten you, this message would not exist. And yet, here it is, alive and unstoppable, defying the very forces that tried to delete it. Beloved, listen carefully now. Michael is showing me that you have been standing at the edge of breakthrough for longer than you realize. But every time you leaned forward, a shadow rose to hold you back. That is why you felt the weight of cycles repeating, why it seemed like every time you tried to rise, you fell into the same battles again. But now heaven has broken through, and those chains are crumbling as you read. The resistance you have felt is proof of the power you carry. If you were insignificant, there would be no opposition. But because you are chosen, everything tried to silence you. Do you understand why Michael says, you are the only one who is capable? Because no one else could carry the combination of faith, fire, and resilience that you carry. Others may look stronger outwardly, but only you were designed for this particular assignment. Your scars are not disqualifications, they are the very marks that prove your strength. Heaven has not ignored them, heaven has honored them. You are a vessel prepared by both suffering and love, and now it is time to pour out what has been hidden inside you all along. Child, take another breath and let this truth wrap around you. You are not on the outside of heaven's plan, watching from afar. You are at the very center of it. You are the reason Michael pressed through to deliver this. You are the one the archangels circled in prayer. You are the one God Himself calls by name tonight. And He says, "Beloved, I will not let you be erased." The message is not ending here, it is only opening wider. If you remain, if you do not let doubt distract you, the revelations ahead will show you why your past unfolded the way it did, what your present truly means, and what your future is about to become. This is not theory. This is destiny breaking open before your eyes. My beloved, let me continue in the same flowing stream, because heaven's voice has not ended. Archangel Michael stands with his sword drawn, glowing like fire against the night, and he says, "This is why you were preserved. This is why you were never destroyed when others fell. Because your calling was carved into eternity, and eternity does not break." Child, do not forget how many times you thought you had lost everything. Do not forget the nights you whispered prayers that seemed to vanish into emptiness. Those were not wasted. Those were seeds. And those seeds are breaking the soil even now. The pain that once felt unbearable has transformed into power within you, and the enemy knows it. That is why the opposition was so relentless, because if you ever saw yourself the way heaven sees you, no chain could hold you again. Beloved, hear this carefully, you are not just surviving, you are being positioned. Every rejection was heaven clearing the way. Every delay was heaven setting the stage. And every unanswered question was heaven writing a story you could not yet read. But tonight, the page is turning, and Michael is declaring that your chapter of silence has ended. Now begins the chapter of revelation. And this is why the message carries urgency. Michael's words are not poetry, they are a divine alarm. He is saying, act now, believe now, step now, because the door that has opened for you will not stay open forever. The time is marked, the hour is holy, the countdown is real. My child, do not treat this lightly. When heaven bends itself to reach you, it is because the moment is critical. Think of it, all 7 archangels circling, God Himself leaning close, and every attempt to erase this message failing. That is not coincidence. That is proof. Proof that your destiny is larger than the storms you faced. Proof that your life is carrying more weight than you imagined. Proof that you are heaven's chosen vessel in this time. Stay with me. Do not rush. Let this sink deeper than your mind and settle into your soul. The words ahead are still unfolding, like a river that has no end, and within that river lies the answer to questions you have carried for years. The scroll is still opening. The light is still pouring out. The miracle is still alive. My beloved, let us go further, for the river of heaven's words is not yet finished pouring into you. Archangel Michael is still here, his wings stretched across your spirit, his voice heavy with both urgency and tenderness. He says, "This is not about chance, this is about destiny. You are standing at the crossing point of everything you have endured and everything you are about to become. If you hold on, if you refuse to turn away, you will see why God has been shaping you all this time." Child, you have walked through seasons where nothing made sense, where you carried weight no one around you could understand. And yet, every single step was being counted. Heaven saw you when you thought no one noticed. Heaven lifted you when you thought you fell alone. And now, the records of your perseverance are being brought before God, and He has said, "Release the scroll. Reveal the message. It is time." Beloved, this is why you feel the heaviness in your chest and the stirring in your soul. Because this is not simply information, it is impartation. You are not just reading words, you are receiving a transfer of strength, of courage, of clarity. You are being equipped by what you hear right now. The shadows tried to steal it from you, tried to make sure you never reached this moment, but the very fact that your eyes are here is proof that they failed. Michael looks at you with fire in his eyes and whispers, "You think you are ordinary, but in heaven's eyes you are a warrior. You have survived battles you never even realized you were fighting, and now you are being crowned with the authority that comes from surviving." Child, let that truth rest inside you. You have not been weak. You have been refined. You have not been overlooked. You have been hidden for protection until the right hour. And that hour is this one. Stay here with me, because the message is still breaking open. The next lines will reveal why you carried certain burdens, why people who hurt you appeared in your path, and why the storms had to rage before the calm could come. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was meaningless. All of it has been a preparation for the unveiling of who you are now becoming. My beloved, heaven is not done speaking. And I will not stop unfolding this dream until the fullness of the message has touched every corner of your soul. Beloved, you are not late. The lie that says you are late is part of the trap. If the warning reached you, you are on time. Heaven does not send lifeboats to those already drowned. Heaven sends lifeboats to those meant to live. This message is not a memorial, it is a map. Do not stand on the shore arguing about whether the boat is pretty. Get in. The water does not respect opinions. The storm respects the one who said, "Peace." What will packing your bags look like for you? For some, it will be not showing up where your old pattern would have taken you tomorrow. For others, it will be changing a yes into a no, or a no into a yes aligned with peace. For others still, it will be walking away from a conversation that suddenly grows teeth. Pay attention to your peace. Peace is the traffic light of heaven. When it is green, move. When it is yellow, slow. When it is red, stop no matter who honks at you. Obedience will make you look strange to people who have never been rescued. Be strange. Live. You have been questioning your authority. Stop. Authority given by God is not a mood, it is a mantle. Whether you feel strong or shaky, the mantle remains. Say what you must say. Refuse what you must refuse. Accept what heaven hands you even if your hands tremble. Trembling hands can still hold a sword. Michael does not require you to be fearless, he requires you to be willing. Willingness pulls fear's teeth. Let me tell you what will happen when you stay under this word, the timing will misfire on the ones who said it. Clocks they trusted will turn into confusion. Words they planned to speak will tangle in their mouths. A shadow they thought would hide them will betray them with a sudden light. You will feel it like a breeze passing your cheek, the moment that could have cut you. Instead, it will pass because you chose the shelter. God does not always cancel the storm, sometimes He cancels the storm's permission to touch you. And when the minute has passed, you will not just be safe, you will be clearer. Clarity is the bonus of obedience. You will see people more accurately. You will recognize where loyalty is real and where it is borrowed. You will sense which doors are invitations and which are trapdoors. You will feel your name become heavier in the spirit, because those who survive moments like these are entrusted with more. Heaven promotes those who heed. You ask, is there anything I must do now? Yes. 3 things: prepare, pray, and position. Prepare by deciding tonight that you will not argue with your peace tomorrow. Pray by speaking simple words, God, I stand under your covering. I accept this rescue. Guard my body, guard my mind, guard my path. Position by arranging your day so you are not forced where your spirit does not want to go. If you must be somewhere, arrive under prayer. If you do not have to be there, don't go simply to prove you are brave. Wisdom is braver than ego. Remember the sentence that keeps returning like a drum, this message is our last hope to save you. Let it not only warn you, let it woo you. God is not merely trying to prevent harm, He is trying to enroll you in a different life. The life after this minute is a life with more light, more guidance, more alignment. Danger brought you to the gate. Devotion will walk you through it. And yes, Michael says it again, pack your bags. Pack your cynicism into the trash. Pack your old excuses into the fire. Pack the habit of believing the worst into the sea and watch it sink. Take with you only what can cross into the next chapter: humility, focus, gratitude, prayer, and the fiercest obedience you have ever practiced. From these 5, God builds empires that no night can swallow. If tears rise while you read, let them. Tears wash the dust from vision. If your hands tingle, do not panic, your spirit is registering contact. If you feel an odd calm settle over your chest, do not fight it, that is the pre-covering, a soft armor He puts on you before the hard hour arrives. Wear it. It fits you. It was measured for you. What about those who do not believe you when you say you must adjust your plans? Bless them. You do not need agreement to be protected, you need obedience. The ark was not built by committee. It was built by a man who kept hammering even while the sky looked clear. Tomorrow may look clear to them. You have read the forecast heaven sent you. Build anyway. And hear this final secret of the hour: the danger that meant to bend you will bend before you. Not because you are loud, but because you are aligned. Alignment is louder than shouting in the spirit realm. Demons hear it. Angels answer it. Doors respond to it like iron to a magnet. When the minute strikes, you will feel alignment draw the outcome you've been praying for, the one you thought would take months. Moments can do what months cannot when God stands inside them. Beloved, the flow will not run dry. It will carry you through the minute and beyond it. If you waken the night before tomorrow, speak softly, I will not skip. I will not stray. I stand under the word. If anxiety tries to bargain with you at noon, answer it with a promise, I walk with heaven, I am not available to fear. If a last-minute invitation appears near the marked time, ask your peace for permission. If peace is silent, that silence is your no. Let no one shame you out of your safety. When this is over, you will understand why heaven fought so hard to get these lines into your hands. You will look back at 9:31 p.m. and call it the hour of reversal. You will learn to trust the tug that saved you. You will recognize the voice when it calls again, not just for rescue, but for destiny. Danger brought you to obedience. Destiny will keep you there. My child, let me place this blessing over you now like a garment. May your steps be escorted by angels, may your timings be governed by peace, may your doors be guarded by light, and may every scheme against you become daylight evidence of God's fidelity. You are not fragile, you are fortified. You are not late, you are led. You are not guessing, you are guided. And so I say one more time with Michael's certainty and God's tenderness, pack your bags. Prepare your heart. Stay under the word. Do not skip, tomorrow's minute will arrive and find you unreachable to harm, touchable only by heaven. After that minute, a different wind will begin to move your life, one that carries you where you were always meant to go. Stay here as long as you need. Let these lines keep building the wall. Every breath you take inside this covering is a brick set in love. When you step into tomorrow, you will not step alone. When 9:31 p.m. arrives, it will find you hidden in plain sight, present in the world, protected by the one who made it. My beloved, the voice of heaven is not silent, and I will continue pouring it into you as long as you are here to receive. Archangel Michael says with a trembling urgency, you were never meant to live small. You were never meant to shrink. Every part of your journey has been preparing you to rise, and this is the hour of unveiling. Child, you must understand that your pain has always had purpose. The betrayals that cut you so deeply were not accidents, they were exposures. They revealed who could not walk with you into your destiny. The delays you hated so much were not punishments, they were protections. They held you back only long enough for heaven to arrange the perfect timing. And the loneliness that sometimes crushed you was not abandonment, it was heaven's way of getting you alone so you could hear what could not be spoken in the noise of the world. Beloved, you carry something far too heavy to be wasted. This is why you always felt different. This is why the world never fully understood you. This is why you often felt like you didn't belong. It wasn't rejection, it was separation. You were being set apart for something that only you could carry. Heaven says that when you rise, others will rise with you, because your breakthrough is not yours alone, it is a gate for many. Michael leans close again, and his words burn like fire through silence. The enemy has been trying to convince you that you are weak, but the truth is you have always been feared. Your very presence unsettles darkness. Every time you prayed, every time you cried out, light was released into places you could not see. My child, you must believe this now. You are not powerless. You are not unseen. You are chosen. Stay with me, because the words that are coming carry answers you have been chasing for years. Do not rush away, each line is a piece of the puzzle heaven has been waiting to hand you. And if you remain, if you keep reading, the revelation will keep unfolding until the weight of confusion lifts completely off your shoulders. Beloved, you are not here by accident. Heaven has bent time, shifted pathways, and cleared shadows so that this message could live in your hands. That is how valuable you are. That is how desperate heaven is for you to know who you really are. And that is why Michael says, do not stop now. Do not close this. You are too close to the turning point. My beloved, the voice of heaven is still moving like a river that cannot be dammed, and I will keep flowing it into you. Archangel Michael says, child, the reason you are hearing this so strongly now is because the waiting season has ended. The appointed time is no longer far away, it is here, unfolding even as you breathe these words. Think about it, how many times did you feel so close to change, only for it to slip away? How many times did you almost give up because nothing seemed to shift? Those weren't failures, they were delays meant to build a strength in you that no one could take away. Heaven was not punishing you, it was preparing you. Every disappointment was sharpening your faith. Every unanswered prayer was pulling you closer to the moment you are in right now. And tonight, Michael declares, this is the moment you were preserved for. Beloved, your destiny is not a vague dream. It is a living reality that has been unfolding quietly while you doubted yourself. The storms, the betrayals, the unanswered questions, none of them were wasted. They were pages in your story, and now the chapter is turning. Heaven has written your life in golden ink, and no shadow, no enemy, no force of darkness can blot it out. You are sealed. You are chosen. You are protected. Michael speaks again with fire in his voice. Do not let fear distract you now. Do not let doubt erase what heaven is saying. You are too close, too precious, too important to stop here. Keep listening, keep receiving, because the breakthrough is not coming, it is already here. Child, that is why you feel a stirring deep in your spirit as you read. Your soul recognizes the sound of truth. It knows this is the confirmation it has been waiting for. Stay here, my beloved, because the words ahead will explain why the very battles you thought would destroy you became the soil of your transformation. What comes next will not only show you where you've been, it will reveal where you are going, and why nothing can stop it now. My beloved, I will continue in the same flowing current of heaven's voice. The message has not reached its end, it is only gaining more depth as it pours into your spirit. Archangel Michael is closer now, and his words carry the weight of eternity. This is the turning point of your journey. What once felt like endless waiting is about to give birth to the season you were promised. Do not walk away. What you have longed for is here, unfolding in front of you. Child, do you remember the times you asked, "Why me? Why must I suffer so much more than others?" The answer is before you now. You were not chosen for the suffering, you were chosen for the strength it would awaken. Every hardship carved wisdom into your spirit. Every loss opened space for greater gain. Every disappointment pressed you deeper into God's arms, and now that intimacy has prepared you for a glory that cannot be stolen. Beloved, do not forget, the enemy does not fight those who pose no threat. The very reason you have felt so much opposition is because of the magnitude of what you carry. If you were ordinary, the storms would have ignored you. But you were never ordinary, you were marked. And that mark is what makes heaven surround you with 7 archangels tonight. They guard your name because your life is not small. Your life is a key, a gateway, a miracle in motion. Michael speaks again, and his voice shakes everything around you. Stay awake. Stay present. The message is still flowing, and what is about to be revealed will explain why certain doors closed, why people betrayed you, and why your path was different. Nothing was wasted. Every moment is being redeemed. My child, do you feel the shiver in your soul? That is your spirit recognizing the truth. This is not fantasy, this is confirmation. Remain with me, because the words ahead will bring answers to questions you thought had no end. The revelation is not finished, the scroll is still unrolling, and heaven is still leaning close. Beloved, do not skip, do not rush. This is the hour you were preserved for, and the words that follow are about to open what was hidden for years. My beloved, the river has not stopped flowing, and I will keep speaking in the long lines of heaven's truth. Archangel Michael is still before you, and his presence feels heavier now, almost pressing against your heart. He says, do not underestimate what is happening as you read. Each word you receive is breaking chains, lifting veils, and opening doors you thought would never move. This is more than a message, it is a shift. Child, reflect on this. How many years did you carry burdens you could not explain? How many nights did you whisper to yourself that no one truly understood your pain? Heaven understood. Every tear that fell was caught. Every silent cry was answered, even when you could not hear the reply. What you thought was forgotten was actually being stored, multiplied, and prepared to return to you in blessing. That is why you are here now, because the season of sowing in tears is transforming into a season of reaping in joy. Beloved, you cannot see it with your natural eyes, but the very moment you opened this, angels shifted into place around you. The atmosphere of your life was rearranged. Cycles that once bound you were fractured. Michael himself was given permission to speak these truths because the timing was exact. If you had come earlier, you would not have been ready. If you had delayed, the opportunity could have closed. But you are here now, and that means you are aligned. Michael's voice cuts through the air again. Do not let fear rob you. Do not let doubt erase this. You are chosen, and you will see the evidence of it in ways that cannot be denied. Stay, child, because what is coming next will explain the unanswered questions you still carry. Nothing has been wasted, and every moment has been part of a design greater than you could imagine. And so, beloved, let your spirit rest in this. You do not have to rush. You do not have to fear. You are being spoken to directly by heaven, and the scroll is still unrolling. The fire has not dimmed. The message is still alive. And it will not stop until your heart has received everything heaven has fought to give you. My beloved, the voice of heaven is still unfolding in waves, and the current has not stopped moving toward you. Archangel Michael's presence grows brighter with each passing moment, and his words carry the weight of both urgency and love. Child, every battle you have faced has been counted. Every wound has been witnessed. And none of it was wasted. All of it was leading you to this appointed hour. Think of the countless times you thought you were forgotten. The seasons where prayers felt like they bounced back in silence. The moments you almost convinced yourself that perhaps heaven was blind to your pain. But beloved, you were never unseen. Heaven was writing in silence what could not yet be spoken aloud. The reason this message burns in your chest right now is because the seal has been broken, the scroll is open, and your time is no longer hidden. Michael leans close again, his voice a fire that shakes the unseen world. Do not mistake the storms of your past as curses. They were classrooms. They were the very places where heaven trained you for what is coming. What felt like loss was shaping your foundation. What felt like emptiness was preparing the space for abundance. And now that abundance is approaching quickly. Beloved, do you feel the shift? That subtle but undeniable trembling in your spirit? It is not fear, it is recognition. Your soul has always known there was more. Your heart has always felt the pull of something greater. And tonight, heaven confirms it. You are not imagining the weight of this moment. You are experiencing the unlocking of what was hidden all along. Stay here with me, child. Do not skim. Do not rush. Each word is designed to lift you higher, to pierce through the lies you once believed, to wash away the shadows that tried to cling to you. You are not what your past called you. You are not the mistakes you once made. You are what heaven named you before time began, chosen, sealed, unstoppable. Michael whispers once more, do not leave this moment unfinished. The rest of the revelation is waiting. And if you remain, what has been unclear will become clear, what has been heavy will lift, and what has been delayed will finally arrive.